Up investors, it's Mike from MJF Invest. Today's video is going to be about election stocks and what sectors I think will benefit depending on who the winner of this election is. But before I get into that, please hit that like button. An early thumbs up really helps me out on the YouTube algorithm. Consider subscribing to the channel for future content. And let's talk stocks in the comment section. Not a political video in any way, shape, or form. I do not have a personal opinion about politics, and I'm definitely not trying to put that on you or put that in your head. I really don't care one way or the other. I'm looking at this as strictly from the perspective of an investor looking for opportunities. And I'm looking for opportunities based on who these candidates are. So if Donald Trump wins, what should I be looking for? If Joe Biden wins, what should I be looking for? So that's the purpose of the video, and I hope you find value. The first candidate that I'm going to discuss is Joe Biden. We really want to understand the candidates and their policies and what they're running on so we could project which way the economy is headed. And I know that Joe Biden is big on clean energy. He's even been on record saying that he would ban fracking. He would also abolish fossil fuels. He's retracted those statements, so I don't know what he says today, but it's just throwing that out there. But he definitely has clean energy as a big part of his platform. Here's a quote: "We will use federal resources and authorities across all agencies to accelerate development of a clean energy economy and deploy proven clean energy solutions, create millions of family supporting and union jobs, upgrade and make resilient our energy, water, wastewater, and transportation infrastructure, and develop and manufacture next generation technologies to address the climate crisis right here in the United States." So here's just a couple companies that I like. Here's Sunrun, ticker symbol RUN. Brookfield Renewable, ticker symbol BEP. First Solar, ticker symbol FSLR. Also knowing that how strongly this is in his platform, he's like the EV sector can really pop. So keep an eye on, Tesla and all the EV companies. Also, a couple of sleepers I wanted to throw out there was Plug Power. Also, Nikola would be a real sleeper to keep an eye on. Yeah, and I know as controversial as Nikola is, but they're an interesting company under a Joe Biden administration. The second thing I wanted to talk about under a Biden administration, his idea to decriminalize cannabis on a federal level. He's never wanted a federal mandate for federal legalization, but his running mate, Senator Kamala Harris, does. She is a big proponent for federal legalization, so maybe down the road she could swing him that way. I know the Democrats in general are more lenient and more in favor of federal legalization. The marijuana sector could definitely benefit. Planet 13 is a company that I really like. I also really like Grow Generation, and I also like Canopy Growth, ticker symbol CGC. The third and final thing I wanted to discuss about the Joe Biden administration would be our relationship with China. Over the last 4 years, we've been tension with China, a lot of tariffs, a lot of, we're basically in a trade war. Biden, who's worked with China, for, in the past, he was the vice president for 8 years, has been vocal in saying, how he would repair that relationship. So, when you hear Donald Trump making threats like, he wants to delist Alibaba and delist JD.com, these kind of companies are companies that I could see benefiting under a Biden administration, particularly Alibaba, JD.com. But what I really like under a Biden administration is plays like Nike. They operate at a high level on both continents, and for consumers and manufacturing, they're very involved both ways. They've both been kind of caught in the crossfire of this trade war between the United States and China, so they can definitely benefit when the relationship settles a little bit. Now to talk about a possible Trump re-election, I wanted to talk about his tax plan. In 2017, President Trump slashed corporate tax from 35% to 21%. And again, this is not a political idea or a political agenda. I'm just stating from a business standpoint, a numbers standpoint. When you're paying more money out, that's less people you can hire. That's less money for research and development and to be innovative. So big businesses will do better and flourish under a Trump presidency. I'm thinking of companies like Amazon. I'm thinking of Netflix. I'm thinking of Facebook. I'm also thinking of the big banks, big traditional banks like JP Morgan, Chase, and Bank of America. And like we talked about with Joe Biden's platform, he was totally clean energy. Donald Trump still does have some ties to big oil. He's planning on keeping a place in the world for, at least for if he's reelected. So companies that could benefit from that would be ExxonMobil and Chevron. ExxonMobil is trading at $33 a share, in that range. So I think that's kind of falling in the category of, too cheap to ignore. So I'm going to be looking at it. I would have to decide whether or not there will just ever be enough demand again for oil. But under a Trump administration, $33 could be a pretty good price for Exxon. Just a thought. Another platform that President Trump, law and order, and military defense. So ticker symbol LMT, Lockheed Martin Corporation, is a company that sticks out in my head. They're a security company and an aerospace company, and they would excel under a Trump administration. Also, Donald Trump is a believer in the Second Amendment, so I could see a company like Smith & Wesson, ticker symbol SWBI, flourishing under a Trump administration. And GEO Group, ticker symbol GEO. Now, this is a very controversial company. I won't get into that too much in this video, but this is a stock that would also flourish under the Trump administration. Trump is also running on how important it is for us to win the 5G race and space, and he started the Space Force, the fourth branch of the military. So I could see a big influx in anything relating to space, outer space would benefit under a Trump administration. So Virgin Galactic, Momentus, amongst just some. So that's something to keep an eye on as well. So I hope you got something from this video, just an idea of what to look for. Three other companies I wanted to throw out there and just give you some thoughts on that I think are going to do really well in the long term. I wanted to talk about that would do well. It's going to do well under either candidate, and that's just because both of them have talked about upgrading our infrastructure around the nation. The first one I want to talk about is Caterpillar, ticker symbol CAT. Sherwin-Williams, ticker symbol SHW. This is a play on the housing market in general. And there's a saying in the housing market, and the housing market is hot. It's going really well. And an unpainted house is an unsellable house. So this kind of just coincides with that. It's just a play on the housing market. And the third stock I wanted to talk about was Zillow, also a play on the housing market. So those are just three tickers that I wanted to just put on your radar. Please let me know what you think. Drop a comment. Let's talk stocks in the comment section. Please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.